it's Dominique. Welcome back to my channel, Lunar Light Tarot. Today we're going to be diving into a general reading all about why do you turn heads, okay? This is kind of like why you're attractive. It's at a first glance, you know. Why do you turn heads? Why do you stand out? Let's go ahead and look at the cards that I've already got here. I actually was shuffling in the energy of the cards and I saw some really great ones just happen to pop up at the bottom of each deck. And as I kept going along, I was like, this is totally a storyline. So let's go ahead and start with this and then we'll pull some cards from each deck, okay? So what makes you turn heads? People immediately see you as someone with a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom. We have the High Priestess and also the Advisor. And this is the Tarot Illuminati and this is the Final Rose Tarot. It's really funny because these are both the High Priestess card, okay, in each one of the decks. So yeah, you come off as someone who's very wise, who's very put together, who knows themselves, okay? You come across as confident, the kind of confidence that's not like cockiness though. It's kind of just like, why you turn heads, people feel like you got it like that, okay? You're confident, you're not doing too much either. You're the kind of person where people feel like you can give them really great advice. You just look very put together, okay? Also, why you turn heads, you look quite serene as well, especially when we look into this person's eyes. Like the eyes just look so calm and relaxed. There's something about like you being kind of dreamy, okay? We have this long distance card and that made me feel like the reason you turn heads is because you kind of have this dreamy, far away look to you. It's like you're in your own world when you're out and about, and that's what makes people turn their heads. People also are drawn to you and they turn their head because they feel like you don't even notice them, that you're so far in your own world that you don't even notice like the attention that you're getting. Maybe that's a thing for y'all where like you're oblivious to like someone giving you attention, looking at you across the room, someone even flirting with you, like you just don't really notice. Okay, you can come back from a place and everyone's like, oh my God, like people were looking at you and you're like, what, who? I'm just getting that as well. And that actually makes people turn heads is because you don't come off like you're looking for attention. You just command the attention. That's what I'm getting here, okay? About why you turn heads. You just kind of naturally striking, or like people feel the need to like turn their head and look at you when you walk in a room. There's something about like maybe you shifting the energy in the room, okay? Or people being interested in like what you have to say or what your opinions are, okay? Especially you coming off as like wise and also intelligent. All right, from my from my white and yellow deck, I have the great sense of style, attractive physique, alluring energy, and evokes nervousness. So this is like right off the bat. So why do you turn heads? Definitely your sense of style. People like the way that you put yourself together. They like the accessories that you wear as coming through. In particular, I'm getting something about like necklaces, scarves, and also like tattoos are coming through really strongly, okay? That people like these things about you. Some of you could also like do your nails or you wear rings, something about like the hands, or you wear bracelets, okay? That actually catches people's attention and that also turns their heads. So yeah, something about your jewelry that makes people turn their heads. This could be people who want to have the same things as you, or people who are just feeling like your jewelry really accents you very nicely. Okay, but I really feel like one of the biggest things here is your energy. Like you really come across as being very relaxed, very centered, okay, very grounded wherever you go. It seems like, you know where you're going, you have a plan for your day, you're walking with purpose, and also you're peaceful, you feel confident. Like people just can tell that there's not really a big, like a desperation or a need for attention, or like even like a lack of self-confidence. People can tell that you're very, you're pretty secure within yourself, even as you're walking past. Something about your posture is coming up as well. Your posture makes people turn their heads because it seems like you're not cocky, but you're comfortable in your own skin. That's what it is. Okay, they also had larger chests that came up, so if that doesn't apply, don't worry, we're gonna get more cards from this. And then also, you're so fun to have around, life of the party. So even at a first glance, people could feel like you would be fun to be around, or they're curious about what you would be like in a party setting. They're curious about what it would be like to have a longer conversation with you, okay? So that was just the bottom of the deck as I was shuffling in all the cards for you. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of get this cleaned up, and then we'll get straight into the general reading. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. I went ahead and pulled some cards from the Tarot Illuminati to kind of start us out. So yeah, you have the Emperor card as your first one. Why do you turn heads? Well, I'm immediately picking up that, first of all, there are a lot of masculine energies that happen to turn their heads for you. And not to say that it's only people with masculine energy or mostly masculine energy. I would really say that a lot of, like feminine people tend to look at you as well. But there's a big emphasis on like men or people with masculine energy being into you, or like, they're the ones who are kind of turning their heads to look at you, okay? Why do they turn their heads? These people feel like, again, you're very put together and you come across as someone who kind of has it all at a first glance. Like, you look very nice, like maybe you're dressed very nice. Again, you have nice accessories, you're carrying like a nice wallet or a nice bag. Like, you just look very put together. You don't have to have spent like, hundreds, thousands of dollars on your outfit for you to look very, like put together. But you just know how to pair things really nicely. I feel like there's something about you like matching colors in your outfits, or having a really great style, a very individualistic style, okay? It's like you've really figured out what is your personal style and that it works for you. This really makes you turn heads quite a lot because people feel like you just look so comfortable and attractive in the clothes that you're wearing, yeah. It really comes across too like you are a deep thinker too with the Emperor. That's what I'm getting. Of course, we got the High Priestess earlier, so that definitely speaks to you coming across as intelligent. So I feel like that's just amplified here with the Emperor. Like, people kind of think that you could be kind of strategic, or just someone who plans well, someone who can execute a plan. There's a lot to get in a first impression, but yeah, they just feel like because of the way that you're dressed and your kind of posture, that you have some experience, in like making a strategy and executing it. You seem like the kind of person who's going to get things done. And that intrigues people, okay, even at a first glance. All right, then we have the Seven of Wands here. So why do you turn heads? You look like someone who is very busy. You could be like, running around places. Maybe you're at the coffee shop, you're in a rush, or, people try and catch you like driving a lot, walking a lot. And it feels like you're very busy. Maybe people catch you on the phone a lot too. And that's kind of why you're turning heads, because it seems like you're talking about something important on the phone. You're always like, you have your texting going on, like something important is going on over text, or you bring your laptop places. Okay, let me know if any of these apply, because these are the things that are kind of turning people's heads, because they feel like you're busy when they're around you. Like, either you're walking fast, you got your laptop out, your phone out, you're on the phone. There's something about you being very busy, having a lot of things to take care of, a lot of offers to take care of, life to take care of. So that's what makes people turn their heads when it comes to you. You seem like exciting, like there's a lot to do when it comes to your life. There's a lot that that needs to get done, okay? And you have this Emperor energy where it's like people know you're going to handle it, okay? You seem like the type to handle business. That's why you turn heads. People are like, whoa, who is that person? Go get her, shot caller. People just feel like, okay, this person's like running things in their life, okay? I think really is, comes down to your posture, the way that you're dressed, kind of like your ensemble, the way that you're walking, how you talk on the phone, maybe, or like the sound of your voice. Like, people just kind of feel like everything goes with one another. And they can see how you would probably get a lot of proposals, a lot of offers, or be very busy, okay? You seem like the kind of person who has a lot going on in their life. And that's why you turn heads. Like, people want to know what you're up to in that moment. Like, if you're on the phone, they want to know what's the tea, who you're talking to, are you getting a business deal done? Like, they're very curious, okay? Because it seems like you have important stuff to get done, okay? Okay, so then with the Knight of Swords, why do you turn heads? Okay, I'm actually picking up another message here. But let me go with the first one I was thinking. Well, what I first got when this card came out was that people can tell that you receive a lot of offers from people, like maybe compliments, or that's not really an offer, but like you could receive a lot of compliments, you could receive a lot of attention. That's how people turn their heads, because you seem like the kind of person who gets a lot of attention, or who gets specifically like a lot of romantic attention. Okay, you seem very desirable. That's where I'm going with this. You seem very desirable. You seem like the kind of person that people want to shoot their shot with. Or alternatively, people could see others trying to shoot their shot with you. Say if you're in a public place, you know what I mean? Someone comes up to you, they're trying to talk to you. Now people are turning their heads and they're looking at you and they're like, oh, that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm getting, even at like a first glance, people feel like you're the kind of person that many others want to talk to. They want to come up to. I don't know why I'm getting like a sports game, like people coming up to you at like a bar, or at a sports game, like wanting to talk to you, wanting to buy you a drink. Okay, that kind of came up randomly. Maybe some of you just did that. Okay, or you're about to do that. But yeah, that's what makes you turn heads, is because people feel like you're someone people want to approach. Okay, and actually people turn their heads because they feel like you have a semi-approachable vibe. And when I say semi-approachable, because I'm getting that, I'm picking up on some baddies, I'm picking up on some bosses. Okay, I'm just saying. So not everyone's going to feel totally comfortable approaching you, but yeah, you definitely have like, you know, a little bit of a come hither vibe. Okay, like people are interested in you, and you're kind of a little bit magnetic. You know, they're interested in your vibe. So yeah, even the people who don't feel comfortable coming up to you can see why others would want to make the approach. Okay, so then we have the Four of Cups that came out in reverse. So why do you turn heads? People see you as a bit of like a forward thinker. Okay, they turn their head because they feel like you see something that they don't, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to gas y'all so hard right now. I guess I am, but there's something about like you putting your outfits together differently, or like when people overhear you talking, it's about like you say something kind of wise or very interesting. People feel like you see hidden opportunities, and that's why they're interested in like kind of watching you or knowing you more. And honestly, that could be like a fashion trend that you're participating in, or that kind of just getting started that you're participating in. And people would see that as like, you know, seizing an opportunity that not many had thought about. You know what I mean? It can be as simple as what you're wearing, you know, what you're talking about, how you're walking. Okay, the phone case you got on, like there's something about that. Okay, but that makes people turn heads because they feel like you are in like a different headspace than them, that you're seeing something differently than they would. People feel like you're different than the people they usually see around in maybe like their town or their city, you know, like you're a little bit different than the people around you. And that's why you turn heads. They feel like, whoa, this person's not just with what everybody else is doing. They're seeing something totally different here, or they're on really a different wavelength. And people like that about you. They're very curious about that wavelength. Okay, and then last we have the Six of Wands. So why do people turn their heads? Honestly, it's because they see you as probably being successful. Or I'm actually hearing that people overestimate the success that you have. They could overestimate it, like at a glance, you know. Say, you know, you're walking down the street, you got your, you know, your nice ensemble on. They don't know where it's from. People are assuming you got like, you know, $500 bag, when, you know, it was really like, you know, $20 from the thrift store. You know what I mean? But I'm just getting something like that. People kind of inflate your success, I think, based off of like your looks and your confidence. Again, there's really an element of knowing your own personal style, and that makes you look more expensive. Okay, because you know how to dress for you. You know how to dress for your body type. You know colors look good on you. You know what accessories really pop on you. That's what I'm picking up on. And all of that really, like, it kind of elevates your image and makes people think that you're spending more than you are. Yeah, people turn their heads because they want to know, like, maybe what you're buying that day, what you're out for, if you're going to do anything that's luxury. Like, people feel like you have a little bit of a luxury vibe to you. Like, you know, like an elevated vibe to you. Something like that. Where, like, you would tell them, like, you know, I just got this at ASOS or Zara or something. And they'd be like, what? I thought you were shopping at the designers, honey. I thought you were going to the warehouses, the designer warehouses. They just would be shook. All right, so let's go ahead now and actually look at my white and yellow cards and see what else. How do you turn heads? Ooh. How do they turn heads? Divine Source. Ooh, I folded a card. My Lord. Okay, here we go. I admire your work ethic. Oh, yeah. I'm just telling you, like, you seem like a very hard worker to people. And that actually makes them turn their heads. They feel like you're out there, like, getting to the bag. You're very busy, okay? That's what people think, and that's what makes them turn their heads. Is like maybe you're walking fast, okay? You're doing busy things. Ooh, okay. We have dirty fantasies, 18 plus desires, all night, all positions, and then also falling in love, admires who you are, thinks about you a lot. Okay, why do you turn heads? Is because you give people quite you're kind of stunning. Okay, you give them quite a reaction when they first see you. I'm not gonna say it's like everybody, but you know, quite a few people when they see you, they lay eyes on you, they start, you know, fantasizing a little bit. They get a little bit, you know, interested, they're curious about you. Some of them are even just like, damn, that person is hot. Like, I would love for them to come to my place with me. Like, it's that kind of thing. Okay, and that's why you turn heads. People are simply attracted to you, or they feel like a little bit of a romantic connection with you. I don't know why it's giving missed connection, like on Craigslist, like a missed connection. That's how people feel when you like walk away, that kind of thing. Ooh, why do people turn heads? You can do better than me. Whoa. So when people see you on the streets, I'm honestly getting a lot of this is from a masculine perspective, okay? Like the kind of, you know what I'm trying to say. People with a lot of masculine energy, or they present masculine, all right? A lot of them feel like they look at you and they assess your affordability. You know, can they afford you? You know, mentally, emotionally, financially, most, you know, importantly. And the answer is no. Okay. That's what they come up with. They feel like, you know, a lot of masculine people, they kind of feel like they wouldn't be able to afford you, or you could do better than them. And again, I'm talking about even mentally and emotionally, but yeah, particularly financially. It's like, again, and you could not be wearing anything that's like super expensive, but the way that you put yourself together, people think that you're spending a lot of money on your look, and they're like, oh, this person might be a little more than I can afford, you know, like their maintenance. So immediately, but I'm also getting that they turn their heads because they just feel like you're a little bit of a prize. Like you're the kind of person that they will be interested in, you know, accumulating wealth so they could, you know, spend with that person, or, you know, I think you know what I'm trying to say? Like you're a little bit of a dream person, okay? That they would be like, oh, I would like to, you know, be able to afford this person or go out with this person. But yeah, why they turn heads is they kind of feel like you're out of their league. Some people feel like you're out of their league, and that's why they look at you. Why do they turn their heads? Ooh, look, person in red just came up. Come on now. I had to take that. Person in red, alluring to all, natural sex appeal, magnetic aura. You also had badass, bad boy or girl, dangerous and hot. So people feel like you're a little bit edgy. Okay, that's why you turn heads. I know that's right. Yeah, you guys come across a little bit edgy, a little bit of a badass. Okay, so people are like, ooh, I like this. They're very curious. Okay, we also have bitter, resentful, feels you owe them. So people turn their heads because they feel like you should be nicer to them. Oop, that's a T. Like if someone opens the door for you, or someone like lets you into their lane, you don't get the little wave or whatever. They're like mad about it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Especially if you're just like in your own world, you're living your own life. You got that earlier, right? That you're kind of like off in the distance, you're doing your own thing. Sometimes people like turn their heads at you because they get like a little bit resentful that you didn't notice them, or you didn't like turn your head for them. And so they turn their head at you like, what? Like, what? I didn't expect that. That is so interesting. Okay, so I think that's it for that deck for now. Let's go ahead now and look at the Final Rose Tarot. Why do you turn heads? Divine Source. Oh, thank you. We have meeting parents. The 9 of Wands. Okay, 2 messages here. People turn their heads because they feel like you're the kind of person who has a lot of perseverance or discipline. They think that you're the kind of person who has follow through and, like, again, that good work ethic, okay? They just feel that off of you. Like, they feel like you're a very respectable person off the bat with this handshake, you know what I mean? They feel like you're very respectable. And then also, they feel like you're the kind of person who they would like bring home to mom. For some people. That's why they turn their heads. And again, it is giving a little bit of like a dream person scenario, you know, for some of y'all. Like when like when you get really dolled up, okay, you're looking really good, everything's fresh, you go out, like that's when people are having these thoughts, okay? I mean, these specific thoughts about being a dream person. That's when they're having these thoughts, okay? But I feel like generally you have a lot of appeal, and people tend to look at you because of, you know, how you look and the way that you come off so put together and very competent. But yes, some people feel like you're the kind that you would bring home to mom. You're the kind that, you know, that they would let meet the family. And that's why they're turning their heads at you. Okay, why do people turn their heads to look at my YouTube viewers? Why do they turn heads, my YouTube viewers? Why do they turn heads? Sent home? Ooh! But I'm also getting that people turn their heads because they feel like, again, you can do better than them. Like they're interested in you, but they feel like they would get rejected. And so they can just look. You know what I mean? And that's why they look, because that's all they can do. Oh my gosh. They feel like they can't come up to you because it would definitely be a no. So they just look instead. That's the tea for sure. We have the Fool and then also the Ace of Swords. Okay, specifically, you definitely turn heads when you get out of a car. When you first arrive at any place, like you definitely turn heads then. You have a very like fresh energy. This card here is called Fresh Meat. So, oh gosh, I kind of hate to say this, but people kind of feel that way when you walk in the door. They're like, ooh, that person, like, fresh energy, fresh, you know, a fresh new person to talk to. You definitely grab people's attention because of that, especially when you first walk in the room. Like, I'm just really getting that you come across as maybe different than some of the people who are in your area as well. Like you just dress differently, you have a different style, you know, maybe different opinions, who knows? And when you walk in the room, people can sense that there's something different about you. Like you're fresh to that place, you know, fresh energy in that place. So that is really interesting. I'm also getting a side message is that people can feel like you're very truthful. Okay. And that's why they turn their heads. But I mean, I feel like that's more so if they were to talk to you. But yeah, people feel like you're very truthful as well. Like you're very honest. But this is mostly like when you walk in the room kind of energy. Okay. People also feel like kind of lucky that they bumped into you. All right. That's why they turn their head. They're kind of like, oh, like right place, right time to see a baddie. Thank the Lord. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, my God. It's just a blessing, you know? I'm just getting that, like, people turn their heads at you because they feel like they enjoyed seeing you. Like, they feel like they were not essentially lucky. I mean, a little bit. They feel like they were a little lucky to be there at the right time to, you know, take a little pleasure in just, like, seeing you and being around you. They're like, oop, I'm having a good day. I saw someone cute today. I saw some cute people where I went. I'm just saying, like... That's how people feel about it. Okay, so now let's look at the Amira's Love Oracle. Why do you turn heads? For my YouTube viewers. Look, Destiny. And we just had that. Destiny twice. Yes, people definitely feel like lucky when they come around you. I'm just saying. Like, especially if they actually get to talk to you, they definitely feel lucky. They're like, oh, I was not expecting that. That was definitely like really great on my part. That is really interesting. You also turn heads because you look like someone who knows where they're going in life. You just look so confident. You look like you have it together. You don't look like you're like having an existential crisis, which is fine. You know, maybe I'll go through those. But you look like you're really stable right now, that you're like working towards what works for you. You have that kind of like that twinkle in your eye, that pep in your step, that, you know, zest for life. You have a zest for life for sure. And that's why you turn heads. People can sense that like right away. So that makes them kind of feel lucky to be around as well. Okay. We also have friendship. So when you're in a group, you most definitely turn heads. You most definitely turn heads. I feel like your whole group, like y'all turn heads together. You may have a friend group where everyone looks quite different from one another. And then in that way, it's not like you're outshining people. It's just like everyone looks different. So they all have their own unique shine, you know? I love that. Oh my gosh, it's giving Cheetah Girls. I don't know why that came out. Oh my gosh. The guys are like, is it really giving Cheetah Girls, Lunar? Is it really? I'm sorry. You know, I mean, it could be giving NSYNC as well. But yeah, there's something about like you and your friends turning heads together when you're in a group. Oh, you know what it's also giving? Sorry. I'm just getting like taken in my mind. Like the house bunny. In that one scene when they're all like walking out after getting their makeovers and they all look different, but they all look like a unit. Oh, something about those makeover scenes just does something to me, you know? I loved the 2000s. That was so big for me. But anyway, yes, exactly. So yeah, you and your friends turn heads together. Oop, this one flashed. It was the courting man. But I'll just put it back. Let's see if it comes out. I don't know. Why did it turn heads? Okay, open relationship. Interesting. So we had the courting man that almost wanted to flash. And then, well, I did flash. And then we had the open relationship that actually fell out. I'm just getting that people feel like it will be hard to cuff you. Okay, it will be hard to convince you to get into a relationship. You some of the type who to have, you know, multiple partners. Okay, I'm just saying, like, okay, you know that one saying where someone's trying to hit on you, and you're like, oh no, I have a boyfriend, and they're like, do you want another? People feel like you're the kind of person who has like multiple boyfriends, multiple partners. And you just kind of, you know, you might have a roster. That's what people think at first glance. Like, or that's what they turn their head because they're wondering, like, is this person in a relationship? Are they single? Do they have a roster? They feel like you're the kind of person who could or would have a roster. And that's kind of why they turn their heads at you. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some of these smaller cards and get physical attributes, okay, that might turn people's heads about you. Why do people turn their heads about my YouTube viewers? Well, oh, okay, thank you. Full package. I'm telling you, it's the whole look. It's the look together. Everything put together is what makes people turn their heads about you. Okay, so the full package. Lovely hair. Okay, so your hair makes people turn their heads when it comes to you. Flirting skills. Ooh, so look, you have good flirting skills. I'm getting that your smile specifically, like you always have like a smirk on your face. Also, like I'm getting a smize, you know, like smile with your eyes. I mean, Tyra Banks does a lot of things, but she was also iconic for that phrase. I'm just gonna say. But anyway, why do you turn heads? Sexy legs. Okay, so you also have sexy legs, period. I know it was like, it's been kind of summer lately. It depends on where you are, of course. So if you're wearing them shorts, I'm just saying, they're looking good. I'm picking up on that. You're looking good in your shorts. Okay, no need to worry. All right, you're looking really good in them shorts. All right, then we have a cute face as well. So you have a really cute face. People like that about you quite a lot. Let's see, what are people's like kind of first thoughts when it comes to you and they're turning their head? What are people's first thoughts about my YouTube viewers when they turn their heads? Like, what are their thoughts when they turn their heads? So look, I'm trying not to think about us. That's interesting because this actually fell out. This specific card fell out when I was shuffling this little deck here. So I just feel like people trying to overanalyze you as well. They're trying to overanalyze you at first glance. I feel like that's a good thing, you know. I did ask, like, what are their first thoughts when they turn their head. I feel like it isn't too heavy. Like, they don't go so deep into thought. A lot of people just try and enjoy looking at you. Honestly, they enjoy it before the moment passes. They don't have too many judgments about you off of the bat. I mean, they get this whole picture that we're getting right now. They kind of feel that in that instant, you know, like people make up opinions super fast. So that's basically what we're picking up on. But aside from that, they try not to like overanalyze you too much. Look, oh my God. So this one says, I would like to get drunk or high with you. Oh my God. So that's how they think. That's what they think. Also at first glance, like, oh, put that person in my rotation. You know, let me not, the smoking rotation. Get them in my dream rotation. Okay, they want to, you know, share a drink with you. Yeah, why do you turn heads? What did they say? You're so fun to have around, life at the party. Okay, so that came out originally. And let's just get one more since that came out originally. What do they think when they turn their head? I miss talking to you. You get the best advice. Okay, so it's not necessarily a missing thing, but again, we talked about how you seem like you give great advice, seem like you're a great advisor, seem like you're very put together, very intelligent. That's what people tend to think about you at a first glance, okay? So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the reading here. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. I hope you're enjoying these different kinds of videos, me switching it up on my channel. Let me know what you think. Of course, I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching until the end. Go ahead and give that video a like if you haven't already. Also subscribe to my channel, become an OG, okay? And in my pick a card videos, I always have an extra reading at the end for my OGs, okay? My subscribers. I also have a TikTok and I have a website where y'all can purchase personal readings with me. I don't know why I blanked right there, but yeah, you can book personal readings with me on my website. Okay, thank you so much for watching today, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Okay, love and light. Bye.